Hello guys, my name is Oscar and I am the founder of Körkortssidan.se and Körkortsappen, the place where we help you get the Swedish driving license faster, easier and more affordable. And on our website and with our app, you can study in Swedish, English and Arabic. So the most common question we get from people who are new within Sweden is that how do I actually get the Swedish driving license? So this video is going to focus on what steps that you have to do to actually get the license. So let us start right away. So the very first thing that you have to do is that you need to apply for something called Körkortstillstånd. And that is a permit that you have to have in order for you to start practice driving. And you apply for it at the website for Transportstyrelsen. So on this page, and I'm gonna put the links to everything in the description at YouTube. So at this with the website, you're gonna apply, and in the application you will need to answer a lot of health questions. All right, and when you have answered everything and you have sent in the application, what you need to do is that you also need to do an eye exam. And the eye exam you can do at your local driving school, or you can go to an optician where you make the test. Make sure that they send it online, so they don't send it by paper, because when they do it online, it will get much faster. What you also can do to get the approval of the faster is that you apply for something called klara. And klara is a digital inbox. So you will get all your mail to klara instead of getting it by a regular mail. So with this, you will save a few days by getting the approval over there. So usually is if you make the application and the eye exam at the same day, online, maybe you can actually see it within a day or two. They usually say it takes 2 weeks, but it almost always get a lot faster. So one thing to remember here: when you get approved, you are approved to start driving at a driving school. You're not allowed yet to drive privately with someone you know. In order for you to drive with someone you know and not at a driving school, you and your private teacher needs to go something called introduktionsutbildning. It's also known as handledarutbildning, and this is a one evening course. It takes about 3 hours where you will get the tools you need to have a good working relationship for you to get the license as good as possible. So you will need to book that, and you can actually do that soon at our website Körkortssidan.se. Remember, both you as the student and your teacher needs to go this course, and after you have done the course, you need to apply at Transportstyrelsen to be how do you say it? Your teacher needs to apply for him or her to be your teacher. And when you get approved, you are allowed to start practice driving together. And as you see in this page, you can apply for this right here. All right, and I will put this link in the description as in YouTube as well. So let us continue. So there are 2 more things that you have to do before you can go and do the theory exam and the practical exam. And that is the risk course. And the risk course is divided in 2 parts. So the risk 1 and risk 2. All right. The risk one is also a one evening, one time course, and it lasts for about 3 hours, where we talk about the dangerous behaviors in traffic. We talk about drugs, alcohol, and other things. So when you have done that, you will need to do, actually you can do the risk 2 before the risk one. So you don't have to do the risk 1 before the risk 2. All right. So the risk 2, it's also called halkbanan, because you will go to what do you call it? A driving range where you will drive a car on a slippery surface. So there you will actually experience how it feels to lose control of the car. All right. So when you have done the risk 1 and risk 2, you can do the theory and the practical exam. Okay. One important thing here is that you can book the theory and the practical exam before you have done the risk 1 and risk 2, but you must have completed the risk 1 and risk 2 in order for you to do the theory and the practical exam. All right. So the eye exam, the introduktionskurs, and the risk 1 and risk 2, you will soon be able to book them here at Körkortssidan.se, and this is the web page where we have helped thousands of people to pass the theory of the exam in Swedish, English, and Arabic. And we also have our app where you can also study in Swedish, English, and Arabic, and it's also available at Google Play Store. All right. So the final things that you have to do is, of course, the theory and the practical exam. And you have to do the theory exam before the practical. And you also need to pass the theory exam before you can do the practical exam. So when you do the theory, you will get 70 questions, and you can get a maximum of 65 rights. That is because they will randomly take out 5 questions from the exam, and you need to get 52 questions right for you to pass the theory exam. When you have done that, you can do the practical exam, and there they will test you in different ways. And when you pass the driving exam, that is when you have got the Swedish driving license. All right, I'm going to give you an advice here. So what we usually do for our students at our driving school, Gabriel's Trafikskola, is that we book the theory exam a few weeks before the driving exam. Why? Because if our students fail the theory exam, we have time to maybe find a new time for the theory exam before the planned driving exam. All right, especially this year. This is in February 2021, where the coronavirus is affecting a lot the queue time. So this is February now, and right now the driving exams are in June. So we don't want our students to lose their time for the driving exam. So think about to have a big gap between the theory exam and the driving exam. All right? So this is the steps that you need to take to get the Swedish driving license. Remember to drive safely and keep the distance. See you next time.